Step one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step
Hello
three,
everyone,
grow
welcome to
hard, about
this
what you
new
wanna be.
episode on
Step four,
elh.mx.
everybody just do your thing.
And this time I wanted to share with you about self-actualization, a pretty cool topic. And this was a recent presentation I gave to my team, so I wanted to share with you as well. So let's begin with that. We're gonna start with some kind of background, kind of a history about this term. And basically, Abraham Maslow was the first positive psychologist that coined this term of self-actualization. And he shows a lot about this one in his book. He has plenty of books, actually. One of them is Toward a Psychology of Being. But in that book and in other books, he also shares about this hierarchy, which is basically a hierarchy of needs. And yeah, we can see at the very top, at the very bottom, like the very basic ones, the ones that you need to satisfy in order to survive, basically. Then once you start, once you start moving into the higher levels, then you will find like you need shelter, you need to protect against heat and cold, that you need some kind of association with a feeling of a sense of belonging to a community, an organization, a tribe. Then at the top of this triangle, we have self-actualization, which is basically realizing your full potential and trying to become the best version of you. So, but why do I think the self-actualization matters? But so I think it's all about zest in life, and self-actualization is very important if you want to achieve the like if you want to live a great life. When I say zest, I'm not talking about this kind of zest, but this one, um, the one that you feel enthusiastic, energetic, excited about life. And I think zest in life is not optional. This is not a luxury, but essential if you want to live an amazing life. And it is a bit sad, these days that plenty of people, even that they are able to satisfy the first levels of this hierarchy of needs. There is a lot, even though we that is kind of easy these days. There is a lot of depression, anxiety, sadness, extreme inaction, and so much feeling sorry for ourselves. And this topic and this presentation is about sharing with you some different perspectives of living life and kind of a different paradigm from what we normally see on, social media, advertisement. And so, what is self-actualization? Looking into the Abraham Maslow definition, it is the process of becoming everything you are capable of becoming. So, but how do we actually become the best version of ourselves, right? That's gonna be a question. I also found this kind of random quote on internet saying that there is no such script for that. Everyone has to find their own unique ways to hear the inner wisdom that can help them live a life of truth as a therapist. So, very abstract at this point, right? Not not kind of not a specific answer like the 1, 2, 3 to become self-actualized people, right? So, but we can probably define a little bit better the definition of self-actualized people by looking into some of their characteristics. And these characteristics are according to Maslow, probably in his book, as far as I remember, yeah, he shares a lot about these characteristics and kind of the expectation you can have if you are a self-actualized people. So basically, self-actualized people see reality more objectively and they have a superior sense of reality. and they have an increased acceptance of themselves, others, and nature. So this means that they are not trying to resist against the way that the things are, or they are not trying to change others. They just accept them the way they are. They are able to be outrageous and spontaneous. Yeah, spontaneity is very cool. I guess sometimes we forgot to do that. They have an increased attachment from things. This is also very important because we tend to feel attached to things very easy. So attached to our social status, to the things that we have. So yeah, this is a practice. You can feel this detachment from things, which is very nice. And they have a deeper desire for privacy. They value solitude because they value time to think, meditate, and to contemplate. Meditation is it's quite important, I guess. They take full responsibility for how their life unfolds. This is also kind of important. You never take full responsibility, but this is very important because this is also gonna help you to live a great life if you take full responsibility on the things you're gonna do, or the way you act, or all your decisions that you take. Uh, they are more resistant to social conditioning, and they are not slave to their culture. So, which means that they are able to cherry pick what it works for them, and they just leave on the table whatever is not working for them. It's not like taking all of the social conditioning, but some parts that will help you to, yeah, probably achieve your goals, or yeah, it's gonna help you to live a great life. Self-actualized people are comfortable being themselves, even when it means being unpopular, as they don't need approval from others. Yeah, we sometimes try to be very complacent, and yeah, we forgot that yeah, we don't really need the approval from others. Yeah, we live in this society, but yeah, there is a lot of work here for many of us. They are actively taking care of their talents, so they are, yeah, spending some time to build them up. Self-actualized people are driven by positive and intrinsic motivation, and they are not driven by the lack, or because they are needy. So they have positive relationships, not the toxic ones, because they are able to be very selective on these different aspects in their lives. So after I recently learned about this self-actualization, I found this topic very inspiring and excited. And but so the question will be, how can I achieve that, right? How can I do, or how can I become a self-actualized person? So as unfortunately, there is not such a thing like a 1 to 3 steps you can follow and become a self-actualized person, but it is a lot of work. Um, the thing is that it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter the process. I mean the this list, or the path, because at the end, what matters is that is the process itself. It's as this is just as many other things in life. This is not a destination. This is a process, and the kind of person you're gonna become, whether you're achieving goals or whether you are fixing some personal issues, because yeah, this is gonna be a mix. If you already fix all your personal issues, then you just can focus on achieving more, and yeah, living life. And so, as I stated here, this is going to become a taken in progress, probably never a completed done, as we used to have in our current, Scrum sprints. So the good thing about also this, the current years and the current era that we live in, is that there is plenty of information, paid resources, also free resources, information, books, workshops you can attend. So whether you want to improve your financial situation, your relationships, your confidence, uh, basically everything, yeah, there is a way to do that. So it doesn't matter if you don't know the answer on how to become this person. It doesn't matter, because yeah, there is a way. If you are interested, yeah, yeah, you can discover the process and the steps you need to follow. And as I don't have this quick list of fixing all your issues or becoming a self-actualized person, but the first step, I can share only the first step actually, and that is about realizing and identifying what you want to fix or what you want to achieve. And basically, that's the first step, I'm gonna say, because, for example, let's say you want to fix some of your financial situation, right? So probably, if we look into the previous self-actualized characteristics, the first step is to take full responsibility. It doesn't matter what happened in the past if you were not instructed or coached correctly about financial and money, but it doesn't matter because what matters is what's going to happen from now on, right? So, and also, yeah, it's very important to realize that probably you have some issues that you are hiding under different forms of distractions or stimulations in the form of video games, partying all the time, pigging out on junk food, or even under hard, soft drugs, like in the form of alcohol, nicotine, cocaine, heroin, or an endless list of substances or activities at some point. So that is very important to realize. But let's say that at this point you already know what are your personal issues or the things you want to improve. So probably we can look into a more practical example. And let's say that you realize that you're broke, financially speaking. So then what to do next? So um, here it's going to be, in addition to understanding the reasoning, it's going to be important to know why you behave in that way, because probably you are trying to show a different social status or that you are wealthier or something like that. There is something else behind this problem, right? So the root cause could be something else. But let's say that the reason was just that you were not uh, instructed, or that nobody teaches you in the past about personal finances. So then what will I do personally? It's basically a three steps kind of process. Basically, yeah, you need to read and learn and study about personal finances, because that's a problem, right? That's a problem. At least that's what we can see on the top of this iceberg. So let's say there is a lot of information, paid information. So and in addition to actually learn about personal finances, something that is critical is to take consistent action, because yeah, we tend to procrastinate a lot, even though we know what to do and how to do it, then we don't do anything about that. So, but let's say you take consistent action and then you are consistent, so then you can celebrate some of your victories in the case that you are saving more money or you got out of debt or whatever. So in that respect, I recently watched this video. It's pretty cool. It's called "How to Be Good with Money" from Ramsey Show. Yeah, I'm gonna be sharing here this presentation later, so you can play and watch the entire episode here. But basically, I went ahead and took the most important insights here for this video. So you have to one of the key insights are that you have to learn and figure out how money works. So with all rich people, and yeah, how they manage their money. And basically, the way you learn from the ones that already made it is to study what they do, and just like any other areas, copy and emulate what they do, and yeah, it's called best practices. So learn from someone that knows something that you don't know because they actually done it, and not because they just have a theory about it. Learn how to handle money is fairly simple, actually. There are a few things you need to do. You need to learn, but it is just hard to do because it involves your heart, your feelings, and here are the basic stuff. So first one is live on less than you make. For example, do you know how much did you spend last month? Then live on a plan and a written budget. This is very important. And if you have debt, get out of that as soon as you can. So it doesn't matter if you are saving, if you have debt, because yeah, the interest on that are much higher than if you are actually saving on a special account. Then learn how to save and if possible, how to invest. But then once you, yeah, but you need to first work on the first stuff. So, and also I recently learned that credit cards are kind of the cigarette in this modern financial world. It was pretty cool at the beginning, but yeah, there is a lot of debate about this one, and there is a lot of people that had a lot of troubles with that. So yeah, very easy to make mistakes with credit cards. This is pretty simple stuff and almost primitive, as this Ramsey says, and it is because yeah, at the end, uh, it's basic stuff, but then it's hard to do, right? So it may be easy to understand, but it is very hard to do because it has everything to do with changing your heart and the way you function. So, and also another concept I learned recently about personal finances is about lifestyle creep. Basically, is living paycheck to paycheck, which is not cool at all. And in the case you, yeah, as I said, if in the case you're trying to show a different social status or that you are wealthier than what you are actually are, then yeah, there are some personal issues you need to fix even before, but yeah, but probably you can just start with the ones that are the obvious ones. In this case, just training yourself to be in control with your money and your expenses. And so yeah, in general, that is about like the process. But why do we actually hook into these social games like social status and yeah, being complacent? At the end, it all the key here will be dopamine. Probably I discussed with some of you about this dopamine concept and term. I mean, the substance itself. And dopamine is responsible for allowing you to feel pleasure, satisfaction, and motivation. And when you feel good that you have achieved something, it's because you have a surge or a dopamine hit in the brain. Also, whenever you eat something like a donut, yeah, there is a spike in your dopamine, which is why you feel great about eating donuts or junk food in general. So, and also in general, we sometimes confuse happiness, real happiness, true happiness, with these dopamine hits. And true happiness is not about being in a constant, never-ending dopamine treadmill or ever greater spikes of dopamine. That is not how you create a great life, and it is just a fantasy. That is going to keep you stuck, and it actually, yeah, at the end, it creates some kind of depression, anxiety, disillusionment. So because yeah, e- every time you get this dopamine hit, this spike peak, then after that there is this drop. So at the end, every spike, it's accompanied, or yeah, it's the end result is like this drop in dopamine levels as well. And research has shown that the drugs most commonly abused by humans, including opiates, alcohol, nicotine, amphetamines, cocaine, create a neurochemical reaction that significantly increases the amount of dopamine that is released by neurons in the brain's reward center. So yeah, sometimes there are some soft addictions, like the ones that are socially acceptable, like alcohol. Sometimes they are hard addictions, like hard drugs. But yeah, and there is a very cool episode about dopamine from this professor on an important university in USA. It's Huberman, the professor, and yeah, it's gonna be here also if you wanna watch it. It's like 2 hours. It's yeah, a 2 hours video, and yeah, it's pretty cool because he shares a lot of scientific research and also about plenty of interesting facts about dopamine. So let's say that at this point, yeah, we understand how dopamine works, so how our kind of mood works. So and for the rest of this presentation, I wanted to share probably what are good, healthy kind of activities and things you can do to increase dopamine naturally. So, as I stated before, probably avoiding alcohol uh, or other recreational drug use like cannabis, because yeah, in some cases, treatment for a substance use disorder can help people get back on track and restore healthy levels of dopamine during recovery. But there is a chance that you can also get addicted to that, and then there is no other way you can feel good other than just taking these substances. So yeah, be very careful with with the recreational drugs and alcohol, which is socially acceptable. Another one that can actually increase your dopamine levels is maintaining. We all know that eating healthy, it's kind of a good thing, but sometimes we prefer, like in this case, the garnachas. Garnachas is all about fried corn here in Mexico. Uh, Literally, on everywhere you can find garnachas or junk food, fast food. So yeah, it's very important for you to in the case that you are not maintaining this healthy diet, because sooner than later, this you're gonna pay a cost of this. There is plenty of information. So yeah, the thing is that you can try different kind of diets and observe your body how it reacts to a specific food, or in the case that you are a little bit overweight, you can also try to change your diet, because that is healthier than just keeping with bad habits. And similar to the previous one, avoiding junk food. Everyone knows that junk food is very delicious, and as this reward center and the dopamine hits that we get whenever we eat something like a hamburger, or like I don't know, plenty of junk food we can find around us. And here I wanted to share about this donut analogy. We all love donuts, right? They come in different flavors, but the best ones are the ones that are free sometimes. So here the problem is that sometimes, or what I recently am doing recently, is basically thinking about before eating like something like a donut, like thinking about how long will I enjoy this donut? But then how long you will feel some kind of regret after eating that donut or that entire package of donuts. And then that helped me to probably just give it a bite, or just say no to that donut, because at the end, this is all temporal pleasure, right? So it lasts like 30 minutes, the pleasure, the reward center, your dopamine hit about this donut. But then the benefits or the problems for your health, they stay for longer periods of time. And it's very different than eating a celery juice or a juice, healthy juice, because eating a donut is a lot of stimulation in our mouth, in our, let's say, tongue receptors. So that's not the same case when you drink like a celery juice. That is kind of not delicious as this is. But the mental high, kind of the pleasure you can get, the satisfaction you can get out of that, or in the case you are doing this regularly, that is a different kind of satisfaction at the end. So exercise regularly also will increase, and more than increase, it's gonna improve your receptors of dopamine. So which means that you can improve the receptors, and whenever you have a spike on dopamine, that is like more stable, so to speak. Um, also spend time outside. We all know that we need to take sun every day because the vitamin D, and also other, to be in a healthy mindset mood. Um, in the case that you are, you can follow some healthy sleep habits. There is plenty of information about that, how you can do that. So just You just need to do some research in the case you're having some sleep problems or bad habits, and engage in healthy, pleasurable activities. Meditation and practicing yoga is a very cool way also to increase dopamine and more than just and also reduce the stress, the overstimulation we have uh, on our daily basic activities. And this was something that Victor de la Rocha shared a long time ago about ice baths. So yeah, this one is also mentioned in the dopamine talk from this professor, that research has shown that ice bath trigger um, these dopamine hits, but they are very stable, like which means that in the opposite to caffeine or cocaine or any of those, that there is this very high peak of the dopamine and then the drop that goes even below the initial level on the dopamine. But ice baths are different. They keep and they are very stable, and in some cases, uh, the drop is very insignificantly. So basically, yeah, it's a very stable way to uh, to level up your dopamine levels. So it's a pretty cool activity at the end, and yeah, a very good challenge. So my final piece of advice will be that watch out on quick rewards or raw pleasure, and some substances that makes you feel great, but at the end they have some depression. And replace them with a more mature, sophisticated, kind of healthy habits. And that's it. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. because